And before we go anywhere further, we need to flip it. When you're doing words onto a t-shirt, you need to flip what you're doing. So we've done that. Now, after this, you have to decide if you're doing it all different colours, and if you are, what colours you want to do it. So we can ungroup it again. I just grouped it to flip it all. Okay, so I know that I want the stars and the moon as yellow. I would want the good night as a dark blue. To sleep tight, mind you, that could be yellow as well, couldn't it? And the don't let the bed bugs bite. So let's just look at that colour wise. So a nice, not too bright yellow. We'll do that one as well. Of course, you've got to have the colours in the vinyl available. I know I've got yellow. I think that looks nice together. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go into layers, and we are going to click the eye for the night and the good. There we go. And the rest of it, okay, I guess you could cut separate bits out like this and stick it separately. Okay, so if we group that star with that moon, it's too close together, you couldn't do it separately. Trying to save you some room now. So we can do that together. We can put the star over there. Not too close, because you have to leave the room. I mean, some people like to use registration marks to make sure they get it properly. I feel comfortable enough that I've left enough room, it will fit in comfortably. So I've got that. And I've got that. I've left enough room to do a square around it, because the HTV vinyl, it comes to you already on the sheet that you're going to stick straight onto the t-shirt. So all you're doing is weeding out what you don't use. So I'll go through that in a minute. So we're going to send that over, and then we're going to bring back up the good and night and send that over and cut it out. Okay, so I will see you on the other side.
Okay, as you can see, I'm over at the scan and cut. I know I don't normally show you this, but at the minute it's very difficult to explain without showing you how to do the heat transfer vinyl. So as you can see, I've got on the screen the first bit I want to cut out. Now I haven't got enough yellow. I've only got a tiny bit. So what I'm going to do is just cut out the moon and stars. When you're doing vinyl, let me come out a little bit just so I can show you. There, when you're doing vinyl, you have to stick the shiny side down and cut out on the matte side. You see? So I'm just going to get it all on. I'm just going to do the moon and stars and not the writing. So what I have to do is delete the writing. So what I'm going to do is place it where I think it's going to go and then scan it just to make sure. So, and I'm using the SDX, but you know, it does the same thing on the 900. Okay, it's just going in. It's come out a little bit more, so you can see. Forgive my amateur filming. There we go. Right, I'm just going to look at the screen. Apologies. Okay, so you need to come over it. No. There we go. Okay. So that's okay. We want to cut, but the only difference with this, if you was doing it on your normal machine, you want to go to a pressure of -1 and about a 1 on the cut as well. It's not a lot. Yeah, obviously different machines are different, but that's roughly what I had it on my 900. On here, I have to turn the button that says half cut on so that it knows it only has to cut halfway through. Now I'm going to start, and hopefully it will behave itself. Okay, let's hope it's been good. It's not cut out at all. I don't know what's wrong. What happened there? Where is it? Oh yes, it has. I can see it. It's very difficult to see it. Let's see if I can get it in front of the camera for you. You can just see the points where it has. There we go, that's it. So, I'll get all these off. Make sure shiny side down. That's why you have to reverse the writing. And then what I need to do now is go home and okay. And this time I need to delete the stars that I've done. So now I'm going to move it away from the scan and cut and take you over to the normal place. Okay, so I'm now over at the craft table. I started doing it, but I do want to show you. Weeding is just taking off what you don't want, so the excess, taking off what you don't need. So I've got a pair of sharp tweezers, very pointy sharp tweezers, and all you do is just grab a hold of a little bit of it. There we go. It feels like it's never going to come away, but it really does, very easily. Just like that. Obviously that's not usable, so So we have our moon and one of our stars, and I think two of the stars were on here. It's just finding it on the always save your little bits, because you never know when they're going to come in handy. Yeah, see, just it pulls away. We want the star left, so we pull the area around it. You still need it on the sticky back, because that's how it's going to iron on to the... Right, so I'll do the other one afterwards, because I want to show you the writing, because that is probably the most difficult. Just working out where it's finishing, because I'm tight. I want to save all the extra little bits. Okay, so I always start in a corner because it's easier to grab. There we go, got it. Because it's delicate writing, I'd say just be a tad more delicate, because you don't want to be ripping it. It doesn't normally play up, but I've never really had a problem like that with it. The problem is usually where to weed it, if you've got it the right way round. Almost there. Don't worry if bits start coming off like this, you know, and the E's come off there, and you've got to stick it back down. It will still work, so don't worry. I think what I'll do is cut off what I've done so I don't keep sticking it back down. If it really pulls, it's probably because there's a curve like the T. It just didn't want to come off. You've got the L there, can you see it's really pulling? That was the E that came off, and the top writing is bigger, so I'm going to do that first. Like I said, the delicate writing can be a bit awkward, but you will get there in the end, I promise you. Then you need to pick out the middle of the letters. So the centre of the E's. Okay, so I'll finish this and I'll come back when I've weeded it all. Okay guys, while I'm waiting for the heat press to heat up, I've done all the weeding and it's all ready to go on. I've got a t-shirt ready, so I just wanted to go over a few things. You need to work out your centres for the t-shirt to make sure it goes right. I'm alright here because it's actually got a centre line, so I know roughly where it is. But I am going to heat the t-shirt before I put any of the stuff on it, so I was just wanting to show you that. It's going to heat up to 159 and then it will be ready. This is just, you know, sticking the vinyl straight on, different to doing it with the screen and paint. Like I keep saying, I will show you both. There we go, it's ready. So what I'm going to do first is just give it a couple of minutes, heat the t-shirt up, get any creases out. Okay, so that it stops with that. Okay, well, you'll have to count down. So I'm just going to put all this on. I'm going to put it a little lower. Now what I have to do is do the good night. I have to do the good night and the that bit afterwards. So we've got the good night and then we can do the moon. And the stars. Do one down there. One up here. Like that. And then I'll do one over there like that. Yeah, I think I'll put it there. So, we'll put it down. And then put the timer on. 15 seconds is all you need on the heat press. If you're doing it on an iron, again you need to leave it for about 2 minutes. So there is a big difference. I did use an iron to start with, but there you go. So once we've peeled it all off, because that's stuck good, and then need to put this one on. Make sure it fits properly. So I'm happy with that. I can't stick it straight down when it's like this. Try again. Okay. So this is the end result. Most of it is brilliant. The last little sentence did not stick down very well. I'm not sure what I done wrong, but that just shows you things do go wrong. I don't know. Maybe I didn't leave it for the full 15 seconds, but I was a bit worried about burning the rest of the letters. So there's a lesson to be learned. But that's how you do it. Anyway, it's that simple. So there we go. So you can see most of it is excellent. It's just that tiny little sentence. Maybe the font was too fine. But there you go. That's how you do vinyl onto a t-shirt. Very simple. Just the weeding is more difficult. I do prefer using it as a screen and doing the painting. I'll see you next week.